What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about the 9 worst female characters in anime, and I know most of you guys are probably going to agree with this or disagree with this, but I don't care. This is generally my opinion, what I think are the worst female characters in anime, and you might agree with me or not, but I genuinely don't care. So let's get into today's video. You can see by the video playing, Sakura has to come in at number 1 in Naruto. She's often criticized for a lack of development and contribution to the series. Throughout the show, Sakura portrays as a weak and whiny character, which she is. She diminishes her potential as a ninja. One example of this, during the Chunin exams arc, where Sakura's inability to contribute meaningful to the team becomes apparent, while her teammates Naruto and Sasuke showcase their growth and abilities, Sakura is relegated to a passive role, unable to showcase any significant process in her skills or abilities. Her constant obsession with Sasuke is crazy, literally further exacerbates the issue as she prioritizes her infatuation over her own development as a ninja. She constantly does this throughout the show, even the beginning of the show, and she does this weird thing for a plot twist where she tells Naruto she loves him for some reason, and Naruto, my boy, is not falling for that. Coming in at the number 2 spot has got to be Orihime from Bleach. She's another character criticized for a lack of agency and independence in the series. Despite possessing powerful abilities, Orihime's role often revolves around being rescued or protected, like a damsel in distress, by male protagonists, and one example of her shortcomings occurs during the Wake of Mundo arc. While Orihime becomes a captive of the Espada, in this scenario, Orihime's role shifts to that of a damsel in distress, relying on Ichigo and her friends to rescue her. Her constant need for protection diminishes her potential as a strong and independent character, perpetuating harmful scenarios about female characters in anime, because damn, every time she gets kidnapped, her friends have to come to her rescue. There was also this time where she put Ichigo in danger, and an Espada put her whole hole in his chest, and her crying over his hole, I guess, pause, made him wake up, and he turned into this lustful, or this out for blood type of hollow. Was out for blood. I don't know why, but he became that type of hollow. He became the one thing he hated because of Orihime. So that is why she's one of the most hated characters in Bleach, and that's why I do not personally like her. At the number 3 spot, we've got Nina from Code Geass, and Nina from Code Geass is notorious for her obsessive behavior towards Princess Euphemia, which leads to disastrous consequences. One example of her shortcomings occurs during the massacre at the Special Administrative Zone of Japan. Nina's unchecked fixations on Euphemia's leads her to develop the FLEIJA weapon. This a devastating weapon of mass destruction. Think of it as a nuclear bomb. As the chaos unfolds, Nina's irrational actions result in widespread destruction and loss of life. Her obsession is not only showcases her emotional instability, but also underscores the dangerous ramifications of her actions. She was a dangerous character because she most definitely had mental issues that wasn't really checked in the show, because she was obsessed with the princess. She was willing to do absolutely anything for her. Her actions revolved around the princess, so anything she did was basically for the princess in her own mind, which made her insane during the show. She was so annoying. This is one of the reasons why I dropped the show Code Geass. A lovely show, but she was most definitely the reason why I dropped the show. A horrible character overall, rating her a -1 out of 10. I absolutely hate her, but I have no hate for her in my heart, but I dislike her as a character. But we move on to the number 4 spot. Number 4 spot, we've got Yuki from the Melancholy of Haruka Suzumiya. And I know I got the name wrong. Yes, I got the name wrong, but this anime to me was horrible. I hated the character because she was always emotionless all the time. Like, she never really developed past that, and that was her one character trait and flaw. So this anime was crazy. She's the reason I dropped the anime. And sorry I got the name wrong, but this name is crazy. But a bit about her, she often finds herself in scenarios where her lack of emotion and minimal character development hinder her ability to connect with others. One example example of this occurs during the disappearance of Hayaruya arc as Yuki investigates the altered reality created by Hayaruya's disappearance. Her stoic personality remains unchanged and she shows little emotion, resulting in her acting poorly towards the situation. This detachment from others highlights her lack of growth as a character. And before I even go on with this, I dropped this anime a long time ago, so I don't really have anything else to say but that. It's just a really weird anime to me, and I never really enjoyed it past episode 12, so I don't really enjoy this anime. But this anime is just here because I never really liked this character in the first place. So yeah, she gets the number 4 spot. So, on the number 5 spot has got to go to Misa from Death Note. Her character is definitely the most criticized one on this list for her over-dependence on obsessive behavior towards a Light Yagami. One example of this occurs throughout the series as Misa repeatedly sacrificed her own agency and morals for the sake of Light's approval. Her blind devotion to Light diminishes her potential as a strong and independent character, reinforcing harmful stereotypes about women's roles in relationships. And she always did everything she could for Light, but she always did it in such a weird way. Whenever Light would tell her something to do, she would always do the opposite, or due to her unpredictable behavior, Light would have to plan around her, and it made everything just much more stressful and more unpredictable. So Light had to keep thinking of ways to just plan around her, so it made everything difficult for him to do, and it just made his life much harder than easier. So this is why she's on the number 5 spot. She's not one of the worst characters, but she's one of the most disliked characters, and genuinely I never really disliked her, but there's always this meme going around from Death Note. I'm gonna play it right now.
I'm sorry, but I just couldn't wait for 2 weeks like you said. Actually, I was just on my way to your house when I spotted you.
This is the first time in my life that I've been provoked to hit a woman.
Okay, so the number 6 spot has definitely got to go to Asuna from Sword Art Online. She's frequently portrayed as a damsel in distress in the show, diminishing her potential as a strong and capable character. One example of her shortcomings occurs during the fairy dance arc, where Asuna is to a passive role, trapped in a virtual cage and awaiting rescue by a male protagonist, Karito. This portrayal perpetuates harmful stereotypes about women and undermines Asuna's adjacency and independence as a character. But I haven't really watched the full anime, and I'm not going to because Jesus Christ, this anime was so boring. Like, it's kind of a new gen, but it's not really at the same time, but it's so dead. Do not watch this anime if you don't want to die. Please don't. But yeah, next on the list is number 7. I'll be honest with you guys, as I was doing the research for this video, I came upon this anime. I have never watched it. I don't know this character, so I'm just going to talk about her and why she is criticized. Apparently, this is the research I gathered from researching this anime, so please don't come after me. I genuinely have no opinion on this anime whatsoever. This is just research I've done on the anime, but the reason why she's apparently criticized is for her portrayal as a stereotypical stuck-up girl, which diminishes her potential as a well-rounded character, so there's no character development for her in the show. Throughout the series, Nina's sole focus is on her romantic pursuits, overshadowing any other aspect of her personality or interests. This one-dimensional portrayal reinforces harmful stereotypes about women and perpetuates the idea that their worth is defined by their relationships with men. I don't really think so, but that is what they say. Everything she does is on a romantic basis, and she never does anything that really shows off her true personality. So throughout this anime, it's only about romance. So this is probably mainly a romance anime. So if you guys want to go and watch it, the anime is called Ultra Mechanic, and you can go watch it if you want, or Ultra Maniac. It depends on whoever's watching it. Okay, so I have to start this off by saying that this is one of the worst characters in anime, and I genuinely have a dislike for her. But I'm not going to say I hate her, but I genuinely have a dislike for her. She's most definitely the worst one on this list, and if you don't think that way, get out right now, because if you watch this whole anime, you will know she is the worst. But I'm going to tell you why she is the worst. It's because she's one of the main characters in the series, and the opinions about her are obviously varied, but people perceive her as a weak and poorly developed character, while others may find her sympathetic or relatable. One common criticism among everyone is that Elizabeth, she can come across somewhat passive or reliant on others, particularly the main protagonist, Meliodas, for everything. Every single time she's in trouble, Meliodas, save me, every single time. And I'm starting to hate it. It's every single day she always relies on Meliodas for some sort of savior or something like that, and he's always having to go out of his way. He either dies and gains more power, or he gets seriously injured because of her, and that is not something we want to see in anime, but it's for her protection and guidance. Some viewers feel that she lacks agency and she doesn't contribute much to the overall plot beyond being a damsel in distress or a source of motivation for Meliodas. Some fans have criticized Elizabeth's characterization for being inconsistent, shallow, especially in comparison to other characters who undergo more significant development and have clearer motivations. So yeah, this is like some of the reasons why Elizabeth is one of the worst characters in the whole of anime, because she is trash. I do not like her. I do not like her at all. She's not Elizabeth Olsen. She's not the queen. She is Elizabeth Lyons from Seven Deadly Sins, one of the worst characters, period, done. And now we go on to the number 9 spot. Okay, so at the number 9 spot, it's got to be Katara from Avatar The Last Airbender. And yes, everyone's going to start saying, oh, Avatar's not an anime, Avatar's not an anime. Don't put that in my comments. Bro, I believe Avatar is an anime. If you don't believe me, Avatar is an anime, I don't care. It's an anime, get over it. Okay, so just Katara has some character flaws in the anime, and other characters go on this redemption arc, or they do something to make their characters unique. Katara is not very unique in the anime. She's very overbearing and she has like this motherly behavior, and there's so many inconsistencies in her character, and there's so much lack of development compared to the other characters in the anime, and she just lacks sort of everything whatsoever that makes a character good, that makes a character actually worthwhile, that makes a character actually worth watching, you know? Another reason is like she had this whole love triangle between Zuko and Aang, and it got really complicated, and I didn't really like that. And she also spoke to her brother disrespectfully. She said mom didn't love you and stuff like that. Their mom is dead, and you know how it would hurt Sokka when she said that, but she still said it anyway. She knew it would hurt him, but she still said it anyway regardless. Sokka is a nice and goofy character with definitely some character development throughout the show, but Katara just lacks this depth to her that nobody truly understands. But anyway, that's the number 9 spot. Hopefully you guys liked today's video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you liked today's video, and yeah, put something in the comments. I don't care. Debate it, talk about it, I don't care. But thank you for watching today's video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on another video. Peace.